Lie. The devil is a lie. Not today. Not today, y'all. Not today. We ain't doing this today. Lord. And it's hot outside. I ain't got the emotions or the patience for it today. Not today, Lord. All right. So I think that I'm moving. I hope everybody can see me moving. I'm not stuck no more. I don't know what happened, but it was showing me that I was moving. It was showing me that I was on here. There we go. So we just gonna jump straight into it, y'all. We got Mrs. Rose guest on here, and she's about to give us the 411, the 411. And I hope y'all got like a notebook, a pad and paper. I mean, a pen and paper to be ready to jot down everything because I got mine right here. This is gonna work. We're gonna be good.
No, it's gonna work this time.
Yes, ma'am. So go ahead, tell us about yourself.
Okay, well, a little bit about myself. I actually been doing this credit thing for 5 years now. It was 5 years in March, and to be really transparent, I got started because I needed some help with my credit. Had just went through a nasty divorce. Seemed like it was ruined overnight, but not overnight. Um, but it was tore up. And so I literally saw this service being promoted right here on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really know the guy that was promoting it. He was from Atlanta. I did know that he did music and I would share his music from time to time, but I didn't personally know him. Now, the
Okay.
thing about it was that at that time I'd been with the Postal Service 21 years. And so I made good money, but my money, my finances was tore up as well. So not just the
Yeah.
credit, the finances. Um, Girl, look, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I thought I was gonna file a chapter 7,
Uh-huh.
but when they took a look at everything, they was like, "You make way too much money." It's when the
Oh, I
laws
thought
had
you was
changed,
gonna say it's not enough. It's not
right?
enough
So the
debt.
laws had changed, and they wound up making me do a chapter 13. So I did the
Mm-hmm.
13. Girl, I had some of everything on there. 10 credit cards. I had late student loan payments, medical bills. My truck was gonna at that time. My truck was gonna add $750 to my monthly payment. So I just went
Mm-hmm.
on and gave that back. So I had a voluntary repo. So for anyone that wonders about that, doesn't matter if it's voluntary or involuntary, it's still a repossession and it's the same. There's no difference in that. So I
Mm-hmm.
wound up with that back. Trying to stay afloat, girl. I got a payday loan and couldn't pay
Oh
that. So I
yeah.
got a second one, couldn't pay that. Got a third one. By the time I got done, I had six of them. So all of that went on to the chapter 13. Months later, 6 months later, I was able to change it to a 7, but all that mess was sitting on my credit reports. It was still there.
Right.
Times people think, oh, I'm gonna just file bankruptcy and that'll clear up everything. No, no, ma'am. All that stuff's gonna still be sitting on your credit reports, and you're still gonna have to get it removed. So my thing is,
Yeah.
unless you're like being garnished real heavy, or
Mm-hmm.
somebody's coming after you to sue you, the bankruptcy should be probably the last resort. Go ahead and start working on your credit, seeing what you can do with that, removing anything that's already in collections. If there's anybody that trying to reach, like they're starting a process of trying to sue you or something, you literally can get with them and work something out to stop that. So
Right.
I never suggest bankruptcy, except for a lot. But anyway, I got started with it. Within 90 days, my credit went from a 580 to a 712. So that let me
Y'all
know,
heard that.
hey, so that let me know that the program was dope. You know what I'm saying? And then business wise, I wound up signing up as an agent because I wanted to get my services free. That was it. I wasn't even tripping
Mm-hmm.
off making money, nothing like that, because I had just started another small business, but I didn't have the capital for that either. And you know what I mean? My finances tore up. So when this took off, I just went in all into it. And since then, this has literally helped me start two other businesses, got my credit together, learned how to build business, business credit as well. And not only that,
Amen.
help a bunch of my family, as
Mm-hmm.
well. So, yeah, it's been a phenomenal journey for me.
That is awesome. So it how would would we have the opportunity to also become a part of this business? Like, will we be able to learn about it? Is it something that I could possibly learn about and do?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to have any qualifications, don't have to know anything about business, anything about, building a team, network marketing, none of that. You don't have to know anything. It's just a matter of if you just want the services or if you want to be able to get the services free and get all the extras that you get as an agent and be able to make the money. So,
Right. So
anybody,
what
it doesn't matter.
Okay, so what exactly would what skills would I need to do, or what, like, how would I learn how to, because I know nothing about credit myself, like right now.
Well, let me tell you, if you can get on here and post every day, which most people do, then you
Mhm.
can do this, because that's
Right.
how I built my whole business. Just right here, pretty much on Facebook.
Mhm.
I use Instagram, not as much, but I use LinkedIn
Mhm.
as well. So you can use whatever platforms. There's people that use TikTok, Snapchat. Now, I don't know too much about the Snapchat thing. I don't know
Me
how to work
neither.
that.
I'll be
Okay.
trying though.
Girl, I went ahead and got rid of the app because I didn't know what to do with it. But if you can get on here and post, that's really it. You have all the training and support you need. So a lot of our trainings are done by Zoom. Most of them are
Mhm.
recorded. You get an app as well that has a bunch of different training videos with it. Your back office has training videos. We
Mhm.
have live trainings that you can go to. There's literally one right, well, actually this weekend in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you don't have to know anything. This is for anybody.
All right, anybody. Y'all heard her say that now. Because I'm anybody.
That's right. That's right.
For
Telling
sure, I'm anybody, especially when it comes to credit, because I don't know nothing about it. I want to learn, as you know. Like, I reached out to you to, like, tell me how I can do this. I want to get my credit fixed. I want to be able to use my business credit. I know, like, they kind of go hand in hand. Trying to have my business credit, I have to have my personal credit and everything together. I also seen on your page where there's like a lot of success stories in regards to, like, a lot of people that you helped with their credit. Like, in regards to just you providing your service, what do you think, like, the timeline for a person to see the change in their credit when they come to you to get that help?
Okay, so honestly, everybody is different. So it's
Mm-hmm.
going to depend on what you have on there. It's going to depend on, if you're paying what you do have on time or you're adding some trade lines if you need them. But most people start getting results in the first 45 to 90 days. I was one of those people because remember, it was in 90 days that I went from that 580 to 712. But I asked people to always be open just in case to 4 to 6 months, just so that we give like, a nice amount of time just in
Right.
case. But in order to make it work, that person is going to need to be like tapped in and allowing me to help them along the way. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
times people will come in and maybe they're embarrassed about it, or they're like, I don't want you to see what's going on, but there's things that I could give to you to help boost your score a little faster. That
Mm-hmm.
program has no contract or commitment, so if a person doesn't need to be in that long, you're able to just cancel once you get where you need to be. But I do have people that, oh my goodness, I've had people that have been with me over a year, because
Mm-hmm.
you don't just get the credit restoration, you get a bunch of other services we'll talk about as well.
Okay.
So it's totally up to that individual, but I would say be open to 4 to 6 months.
Okay, all right, all right. Y'all heard 4 to 6 months is where you want to be open to. You, it's not gonna happen overnight, y'all. I know. I want my credit to change overnight too, so I could buy a house tomorrow, but it's not gonna work.
No, it's not.
It's not gonna work. We're gonna have
No.
to figure something else out.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
said that there were other services provided. Now I know we had talked about it, but I didn't know there was other services that was coming along with the credit correction.
Yes, absolutely. So you get the credit restoration. You
Mm-hmm.
also have access to a credit attorney. So say in the event that you have some collection companies that are harassing you, or something else, you literally can access this credit attorney. They'll give you a call. If it's something that's being done that's illegal, they'll literally step in on your behalf, and if they need to, they'll sue, and you will be awarded monetary damages. You're also going to get, now this one is huge. I literally was looking into this before I came into the business, and service, um, will, trust, and power of attorney. There's so many of us that don't have that in place. Like, we're forever seeing GoFundMe's. And you know what? Like, really, like, and I posted about this today, this morning. Like, we, every year, we pass our death anniversary and we don't even know what that date is, right? So
Yeah.
we pass it every year, right?
Mhm.
And a lot of times people ain't thinking about, they don't want to think about that. But why would you want to leave all of that on your family?
Right.
Why not have your stuff in order? Like my the godmother, me and her was looking into this prior to this. She
Mhm.
just passed away April 6th,
My
and she had
condolences.
all her stuff in order. She had everything in order. So really all my god brother needed to do was to just make some phone calls. She had it
Mhm.
all paid for already. So I'm just saying that, you know, you get this will, trust, power of attorney. It's a real easy template. You put your information in. It's drawn up and sent to you, and all you have to do is have it notarized. And I literally was able to, and I'm getting ready to grab it to show you real quick, but I literally just had to change mine when she passed away. I had her on mine as a overseer over my
Okay.
son, and I had to take her off. But let me show you real quick.
And just for everybody who's watching, everybody's doing this, doing what they do, go to work every day, run their business, hustle, period. And a lot of people do that for their children. There's
Yeah.
no point in hustling for your children if you do not have life insurance.
Okay,
It's like
I'm telling you.
pointless. All the money that you're making right now is just going to basically go towards them trying to take care of your ending bills and things like that. So you should have life insurance. It
Yeah,
doesn't cost much. And if
yeah,
you really care about leaving something to your kids, the legacy that you're trying to build, it doesn't matter if you do not have life insurance.
right. And you literally can map out what you want done with the money that you're leaving.
Mm-hmm.
You can map it all out. So anyway, like I was saying, if you have like a life event, you can always go back in, change some information,
Mm-hmm.
take some information away. Because I've had someone in the past that had a child that passed away, and then they had to take that child off. So again, it's unfortunate, but these are real things, like things we need to
Mm-hmm.
think about. So you're also going to get budgeting tools, debt tools. They're easy to use templates. You put your information in, and it just creates a budget plan, or a debt plan for you. You're going to get credit monitoring, so your credit will be monitored 24/7. You're going to get financial lockbox. Now this one is pretty cool, girl. Look, so it's like a virtual safe deposit box where you can upload all your documents, so like your birth certificate, social security card, passport, things like that.
Mm-hmm. So I
Now,
got to worry about somebody stealing it.
well, not only that, what about if you get somewhere and you need it and you forgot it? So
Mm-hmm.
you literally can, because what I didn't tell you, you actually get your own online portal. So you can log into this portal 24/7 and
Mm-hmm.
access all these things that I'm telling you about. So you literally can log into it
Mm-hmm.
and print out whatever document you need. So not too long ago, a business partner was going out of the country and left his darn passport and was
Yeah,
able to
that's what
go
I
in.
thought of.
Yeah, so you're going to get that. You're going to get Credit Builder. So this is going to help you in learning exactly how credit is calculated, what you need to do. Again, people are all the time, oh, I'm going to do it myself. Or the other thing is, I just want somebody to do it for me. Okay, that's cool. But what are you going to do to maintain?
Right, the accountability part, because that's the part.
Yeah, like you really do need to know, what it is that you need to do, because what if some points fall off? You need to know
Mm-hmm.
how to rebuild that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even when I came into this, I had, built my credit up a couple different times, but not to the level that I could have gotten to, because there
Mm-hmm.
were so many ins and outs that I wasn't aware of. And a lot of things that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mm-hmm.
learned those things along the way. You're also going to get identity protection. So as long as you're in the program, and that's one of the things that people stay with me for so long, to keep like some of these other services like the identity protection and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. So you're going to get net worth. Now, How many times are we like going online and checking out what different entertainers, what their worth is?
I do
But
that, and I check my
okay,
own net worth, which it ain't a lot.
oh, but still, you know what I'm saying? It gives you a bird's eye view of what your assets and liabilities are, and it lets you know what you need to build from. Because guess what?
Right.
We want to
You
be
heard
like that.
that, LaRon? I see you on there. We was talking about it. He said, I don't want to be sad. I said, I wanted to know my baseline.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But like it lets you know where you need to build from. Even if it's not that great, I mean, it's like, okay, this is what I need to do.
Exactly. That's how I
This is
look
what I
at it.
need to do. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to
Now,
do. Yeah. So, are we froze again?
no.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. So the question
So,
I see in the comments is, can you explain disputing things off your credit report?
can you explain disputing things off of your credit report?
That's
Well,
what it says.
okay, well, I mean, I don't really know what they mean by that. If you are doing those yourself, you always want to do it by letter. You never want to do it online, because a lot of times people will log into some of these different things like Experian, some of the other ones, and start disputing those items without reading that fine print telling you that you're literally waiving your rights to sue and some other different things. So you never want to do it online. Not only that, when you do it online, they're looking past all that. They don't care about that. But when they have it by letter in front of them, they have to do something with that. I always say, when you are disputing, you don't have to do nothing extravagant, but get a signature confirmation, and it's what, a few dollars or something like that. But that's locking them into that 30 days, because they have 30 days to respond. If they don't in that time frame, or can't prove the debt or whatever, then that stuff legally has to be taken off. Now, another thing that I wanted to say is that the credit reporting agencies really don't care. Like, people think that it's really them, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, but they don't care. They're actually getting paid by other companies to put your information on there, right? They're getting paid for that. So they don't care if they take it off or put it on. All they care about is getting paid. Because think about it.
So we not contacting the actual credit bureaus to get our credit fixed. We need to contact our people, the company.
Okay. No, you're actually sending your dispute letters to TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian.
Okay.
And they don't care. They don't care if the stuff stays on or comes off. All they care about is getting paid by all these other companies that pay the report. So you have a handful of different companies: LexisNexis, SageStream. There's companies like RentGrow. So RentGrow is like, say for instance, you have an eviction, and you don't see it on your credit reports, but you go to get an apartment and they turn you down because you have that eviction. Because there's other companies like RentGrow and whatnot that report it to them. So people aren't aware of all these other third-party companies that report.
I didn't know that.
Another example: if you have Credit Karma, a lot of people go to Credit Karma and they'll be like, I got a 700. Well, first off, that's a Vantage score, not a FICO score. So it's not used for a whole lot of nothing. So when somebody's like hyped up about that, and I hate to bust their bubble, but I'm like, yo, you know what? That's a Vantage score. You ain't gonna really do nothing with that. But anyway, however, they're one of those companies that get paid.
It makes you feel good though, just looking at it.
Does.
I love the way they lie.
It does. Talk stuff sometimes to it. Anyway, girl, Credit Karma is one of them. Think about it. They'll tell you they'll show you that your score is 700, and then they'll say they're trying to get you. They'll tell you you have these pre-approvals for all these credit cards,
right?
And then people apply for them and they get turned down. Well, the reason they're doing that, think about it. If they're giving you a Vantage score which looks higher, then you're going to apply for those credit cards because you think you're pre-approved. If you do by chance get approved, Credit Karma gets paid.
Wow. So that's why, like, even if you're always getting approved for some kind of credit card on there.
And the same thing with Experian. They do the same exact thing because I got Experian as well. They are forever sending something.
Are y'all catching these Jews? I hope y'all catching these Jews.
Forever something. Trying to get you to enroll in all these different things like Boost and all this different stuff. And I'm gonna be honest, like the Boost doesn't work that well, but there are some other things that we'll talk about that will, help you boost as well. Now, one thing I want to go back to really, really quick before we move on, there are two other things that you get with the program. So you're able to create goals, but then at your 4th month of being in, you get Rocket Lawyer as well. So with the Rocket Lawyer, you can start your own LLC through it. You can, you have all types of documents and templates that you can use. So let's just say if you have a business and you need some contracts or something like that, you literally have all of this at your disposal in this Rocket Lawyer. If you need a consultation, they're free. They're free with attorneys. If you need like a service, it's discounted through, and you have a whole list of different attorneys. So that's an added thing that comes with the program. And when that kicks in at your 4th month, your fee actually goes down, not up. So not only is your fee gonna go down, you're gonna get an extra service on top of what you're already getting.
Right. And I'm still getting help with my credit.
Boom. And like I said, all of this stuff. Like I said, all of this is in your portal, so you're able to access it 24/7.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff to get in order to work on your credit, because what I'm hearing is that once my credit is fixed, you're also giving me tools to keep it like where it is, which is especially good for like people that are trying to buy a house, because I know that if you're trying to buy property, you have to stay at a certain level. Your credit score has to stay at a certain level for a certain amount of time, right?
Yes.
So that just helps you maintain it after the fact.
Yes.
That's important, especially for me.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that a little bit too, because sometimes people are gun-ho to get in a home, and I get that. And they're allowing people to literally buy homes with a 580 credit score, which
I've seen that.
Which why? Because let me tell you something. No lie. No lie. Let's say you're going for a $240,000 home with a 580 credit score. By the time, and we're talking about a 30-year fixed rate, right? By the end of that, you will have paid $955,000 and some change. So you've almost bought a mansion.
Because of the interest rate that I would have at a oh wow.
Yeah. So it makes sense to spend a little bit of money, take a little bit of more time to get your credit on point, at least get it 700, and then go purchase that home. Because what could you do with all that extra money? You could have bought a couple more homes. You could have bought some properties and flipped, you know what I'm saying? Flipped them. You could have invested in something else. You know what I mean? Bought some property, got you a couple Airbnbs going.
Right, exactly.
You don't need that much to get some Airbnbs cracking.
Yeah, I'm learning.
Okay.
If you see me in Atlanta, that's what I'm doing now.
Yes.
We about to get that cracking for real.
Yeah.
So do anybody have any questions that they want answered? There's so much more. Okay, so we discussed how we would be able to get help through the service. So like in regards to me actually doing the service, like when you were starting out, were there any kind of hurdles or things that you felt like you had to get over? Because I know when you said you left your job at the post office, that had to be scary.
You know what though, I'm gonna be I don't like to use the word hate, but I disliked that place so bad.
I understand that.
I disliked going. I missed so much with my sons. I worked at a plant, so actually 2 different plants, and then I worked at a station. And at the plants, they were 24/7, 365. So I missed so much. My oldest son, I missed his first words. I missed his first steps. I missed everything. And I wasn't able to get on days until he was almost 17. And
Wow.
he literally came crying and was like, "Ma, like you're never at home. Like sometimes I need you." And he's not a
Mm-hmm.
emotional boy. So I was like, okay, that's it. And I had I had gotten an injury while working there. I fell, hit my head, blew 3 discs out in my neck. So I had to have a fusion, have those replaced and stuff.
Wow.
On that, like just so much went on there. But it's crazy because early in life, I always knew that I didn't want to work for anybody else. But you wind up going to work, right? You
Yes,
know, and you
because
got
that's what we
somebody
taught.
in your ear.
Yeah, we taught
Somebody
that
in
way.
your ear. Get a job, get a good job, retire, get a good job. Then if you start having children, then you really got to do something
Yeah.
because when you're just fending for yourself, you can kind of like thug it,
Yeah.
but when you
Right.
got
You're so
babies
right.
now, you got to make sure they're good. So when my son came into play, I was like, okay, how am I going to get out? Then,
Yeah.
as time went and I was like, oh my God. So I really didn't even have a clue that this was going to help me do that. But when the time came,
Mm-hmm.
I was gone.
Y'all heard it.
It was the best decision I've ever made because I literally every day can wake up when I feel like it, work when I feel like it from my phone. If I want to go to the park and work, I can. I don't even have to have my laptop. I do everything from my phone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
That's how it's
when I'm not working, people are still working and I'm still getting paid.
right.
We're talking about residual and passive income.
That sounds like a boss to me.
Okay.
That's what that sounds like to me.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So we could we could get ourselves in that same kind of situation if we.
Yeah.
So we do have the opportunity to join. I don't know about y'all. I already planned on joining. I don't know about y'all. Y'all go if y'all don't do it, don't worry. Y'all can watch me, and y'all see me making money. And when I get to $250,000, then y'all can start trying to join in if y'all want. But I'm gonna jump on it early.
Yeah. Due to compliance, I can't say the exact fee, but
Mm-hmm.
it's under $300, and that is a little bit of money for a
Mm-hmm.
whole turnkey business that you're going to be able to get your credit restored. You're going to be able to get that living will and trust in place. You're going to get $100,000 in life insurance. They're
Mm-hmm.
going to give tax tracks and hurdler to help you track all your taxes for your business. Oh my God, it's so much that they give. We're able to make money 10 plus different ways. So it's not just credit restoration. Some of the different things that we offer, that I talked about, we're able to offer those a la carte. We got, if people have, like they have late student loan payments, they need to get a reduction in their monthly payment, or maybe work towards getting, or what do you call it, where like your loan forgiven. We have a
Mm-hmm.
program for that. We have a secure credit card that you can get. We have merchant services we offer. We have goodness, is something else. Hold on. Student loans. We have health on the go. So that was a thing for me that I was able to opt into the health on the go, because when I left the postal service, I left my benefits. So I
Mm-hmm.
literally pay $25 a month. I'm able to see a virtual doctor 24/7. I can get up in the middle of the night sick, see that virtual doctor, and get a prescription called in.
It still costing $75 to see that virtual doctor.
This who now?
I said when I would see a virtual doctor, it was about $75. Are we getting anything off of that, like a discount on that
It's,
virtual
it's
doctor?
20. It's 25 a month, boo.
Oh, that ain't bad at all. I was
No,
paying
no.
five per visit.
Yeah. Now it's a little different if you specialists. Now that I'm not for sure about, but certain types of specialists you can see as well. There's only so much that you can do virtually,
Right.
but you literally can go into facilities as well and utilize it. So it's a little bit of money to spend to be able to get so much out of it. And then they keep rolling out all these different things for us. Like this summer, they're going to roll out where at your third promotion, they're literally going to give you money every month towards your rent and mortgage. We have car bonuses. We have a house bonus. We had cash bonuses. And
Wow.
then again, they have all these different things from time to time where you're just enrolling people and you're getting paid, they're giving you some extra incentives and stuff as well. So the company is absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, it's a little bit of money. All you need to do is get 5 people enrolled, customers or agents, and your services is free. So I've never made a monthly payment since I came into this. The whole 5, well, a little over 5 years now, 5 years and a couple months, I've never made a payment at all. It's not that hard to do. And one other thing that I wanted to say, though, even though you're learning so much about it, we're not doing any of the work. So you're literally posting, helping people get enrolled, helping them with a few other extra things if you want to. That's what I do. I mean, you don't necessarily have to, because they have everything that they need. They have live customer support. Remember, access to that credit attorney. Personally, though, I give some extras because I want to make sure my people get a faster turnaround, because that's how I get all of my referrals, you know, by making sure that they get a faster turnaround.
That was a little extra, y'all. Y'all see, she gave y'all that little tip too, just in case y'all want to join. So I feel like it's a great idea for me. I'm a mother of 2 kids. I don't want to work for nobody. I've been working for myself, and I know, like right now I'm in school, and I feel like that would be great for me. I think it will also be great for somebody who doesn't have kids, who just want to make money just to be making it. I think that's awesome. Yes, and everything that you get with it is kind of like, I don't know, $100 for a full life change.
Yep, a lot. And like I said, they keep on adding different things. Like, it's like every X amount of months they add something else, and it's just like so dope. So when you think about it, you have the ability to get your credit restored. If you're really hustling, get that monthly car payment, that's $600 a month. Get your 3rd promotion and maintain that so that you can get the house mortgage rent bonus. That's $500 a month. This is on top of whatever money you're making and your team is making.
Wow.
So it's not that hard to do. We're able to enroll people anywhere in the U.S., Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, or Guam. So you got to build a big playing field. You literally can be building teams some of everywhere.
And I'm gonna admit, I've been slacking because I need to get this going.
Yes.
I'm playing. Listen, I don't know about y'all. I'm definitely gonna go ahead. So when y'all see me, because I don't know if y'all seen the pictures on her page, okay? Any ladies or any men that have seen the pictures, with all the women, they look like the beautiful goddess superheroes in this picture, okay? I'm gonna be one of them.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. We have Classy Credit Movement in quite a few different places. There are some areas that are, you know, need to be built out. So you're in Ohio. Ohio has a event coming up this weekend.
In Cleveland.
It's Cleveland.
Yes, I know it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, it's an awesome movement. One of the things I love so much about it is the fact that all the women come together. So like some of the other businesses that I've started outside of this came from women in the credit business with me, always putting each other on, always like, sit here, let's do this. Just became an international real estate agent in the DR, Punta Cana. So that actually came from another one of my sisters in this business.
And
so,
this is that you did?
Yeah, tax. I started doing taxes through another sister in this business. So, tons of opportunity, the sisterhood, everybody loving on each other and like, let me help you get to the next level. That doesn't always happen too often with women.
And that's true. And that's exactly why I created this platform, because I want that. But just knowing that, becoming a part of this, you're already in a situation of being with like-minded women who are you can have the conversations about your day and about credit and new things that you learn in this environment, because everybody's pretty much on the same thing. That's what every business owner or anybody who's, you know, motivated to do more, that's what we need.
Accountability partners. Yeah, I have 2 in this with me that every Tuesday and Thursday we get on at least an hour-long call and we watch trainings together. You know, we critique each other, we train with each other. And we have fun with each other. You know what I mean? Too, meaning like one of them, she's actually a real estate agent as well. We're getting ready to go to the DR next week together, so we're gonna have fun there outside of the business and seeing the properties. But you know, that's the type of friendship that I'm trying to have. You know, we can go out and do little things here and there, but let's build. Let's put these legacies in motion. Because here's the thing, like with you and me, our goals are different. We're doing different things. So me giving you everything that I can to help you is not taking nothing away from me at
Right.
all.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we're doing some of the same things. See, it has to be the mentality that, yes, I may give you something and you may be successful in something faster than me, or you may be successful in it and I'm not, but that's okay.
Right.
Because it's still a win for me because I helped you get there.
Exactly.
That's the thing. We have to get past that mentality of, oh, I'm not going to tell you, or I'm going to find out first and then I'll let you know. No, I'm going to give it to you. And I hope that you are able to take it and soar with it.
Yes, that's exactly how I feel. And that's exactly what this platform is for, because I feel like a lot of times when you're trying to get basic information that somebody could just easily, maybe this person doesn't know where to find it, you can simply give them and at the same time, another thing that I kind of have an issue with the social media is, like it says, it costs you nothing to share somebody else's business. It costs you nothing. You literally just press a button and then it just happens. And then you're supporting another business owner. You're supporting another service. You're supporting your own community by doing that, and it's not costing you anything to do it. Yeah. That's why I think this is so important. And I love the whole community of the company. It just, I don't know, it might be the perfect fit for me, it sounds like.
You know how many people are either, you know, in this company, different companies, doing credit on their own, whatever, and I've still been successful with this. It's not taking nothing away from me. You know what I mean? Like other people, so many other people are doing the same thing. So like I was saying, what's for me is for me, what's for you is for you, and others, it's, you know, like we're not losing anything. So I give out any information that I can give out, I give out. There's people that come to me that sometimes they don't need the service. Maybe they just need to give them some different tips on what they need to do to boost their score, and I do that. That's free. I'm not gonna withhold that information. But then on the same note, is only so much because you know I'm building as well too. You know, so there's only so much free information.
But I got a question, sis. Can we get the free stuff?
Oh yeah, let me give y'all a couple of things. Okay, so some of these things y'all may kind of like already know. If you have children and you do have credit cards, you definitely want to see if you could put them on as authorized users. I have a 15-year-old right now. By the time he's 18, he's definitely going to have an 800 credit score. There's no doubt. So I have him. I have a 24-year-old. He's on my credit cards. He just checked his. He hasn't done anything with his credit, but he's getting ready to get a new apartment, and he just checked them, and all of them. I think the lowest one was 748. So put your children on as authorized users. Some of the cards are not going to allow you to do it, but you can kind of fish around to see if you are able to qualify for some of them, which ones will allow you to do it. Now, any credit cards that you do have, a lot of times we're making our payments on the due date or right before the due date. No, you want to find out from each one when the reporting dates are, because the reporting date is when they're going to report your high balance, and that is before the due date. So a lot of times people will be like, dang, why is my score not going up, or why is it going down? It's because they'll have that high balance before they'll report it. Then they try to pay it off on the due date, but it already got reported. So find out when your reporting dates are. Another little trick that'll give you a boost: when you make your payments, pay half of whatever you're going to pay 15 days prior to the due date. And the other half 3 days prior to the due date. What that's going to do is 15 and 3. What that's going to do is it's going to trick the system, and it's going to report as 2 on-time payments instead of 1. So each month it's gonna look like 2 on-time payments, and that's gonna help boost your score. We used to talk about maintaining under 30% of your usage. I'm gonna tell you to go lower than that. If you can get
Okay.
it under 14%, please do that. But
Okay.
you don't always want to pay your credit cards down to zero. So maybe if you're able to leave a few dollars on there to leave it running versus it looking like you're paying it all the way off. There was something that they did when the laws changed. It was just a weird thing. It used to give you more points when you had it at zero. Now it's just a lower usage. Another thing that I wanted to tell you guys about, because a lot of times people don't know how credit is calculated, right? They're thinking, oh, if I pay my stuff on time, then that's good. If I, pay my stuff off, but there's multiple different ways that it's calculated. So your history is 35% of it. So that is the biggest percentage of it. So you want to make sure you're making your payments on time. But the next 30% is the amounts that you owe, right? So they're going to take a look at what you owe on each one. So if you've ever applied for something and then they, you go to look at why they denied you, and then it'll say on there the amounts that you owe, because they're looking at all these different accounts that you have and how much you owe on each of them, and that's throwing your debt to your ratio off. Debt to ratio. 15% is going to be the length of your history. So you want to leave stuff open as long as you can, because if you've ever paid something off, you've seen that it'll literally drop your score.
Right.
So if you have credit cards or anything like that that's over the limits, and you're, like, dang, I'm going to close those. Do not close them. Hide them. Put them in a baggie. Put them in the freezer. Give them to your mama. Give them to your friends. Whatever, somebody where you're not going to use them, but you don't want to close those accounts. Even if they're maxed out, because you can work on getting them down, or, you can work to get one down and then start flipping them. You know what I'm saying? Pay on one, then put that on the other, pay that down, and just keep doing it till you get them all paid down. 10% is going to be new credit that you have. Of course, you want to keep that to a minimum, because every time that you're applying for something, is an inquiry that's going on your reports, and those inquiries look really bad. They're going to tell you that they have to stay on there 2 years. That's not the truth. The same thing with the negative items being removed. They're going to tell you 7 years. No. They literally can leave it on there as long as they want, but your stuff can be taken off the next day. That's what they're not telling you. So your things can be removed. The last 10% is going to be the types of credit. Now, here's the thing. You want to have a good mix of credit. So sometimes people are asked, oh, well, how many credit cards should I have? You can have 100 credit cards as long as you're keeping your utilization squared up, right? You want to have at least 5 to 6 different things that are reporting for you monthly. So a really good mix would be like your mortgage. If you have a mortgage, if you have a car note, if you have a couple credit cards. So basically you want some, installment loans and some revolving credit as well.
I have a question in regards to that. So because myself, I just recently got a loan for school. So I was like, that's going to be one more thing moving in my credit, because I don't know, a lot of people I know don't use credit at all. We just, just pay cash. So, and me moving into the business world, I want to kind of get into that. So me having a student loan now, and I have a credit card, I was wondering, like, should I get a car and make payments on it? I have a vehicle, but I was thinking this would help me and I would have a nicer car.
I mean, it'll start giving you, a good mix there. That's a really good mix. And you'd be working on buying a home as well.
Right.
Now we do have this is just random, but we do have a secure credit card that's really dope. It builds really fast. It can build an unsecured card in as little as 4 months. You get your own app. You can get a credit coach with it. You can also get a checking account with a debit card. So that's an option as well. It's the Sable card, and it builds really fast. So that's an option if anybody wants to reach out to me, for that as well. One of the reasons it reports so well for you is, unlike other credit cards and secured cards, they only report your on-time payments. This one reports all those areas that I told you credit was reported.
Okay.
So your on-time payments, the amount you owe, your utilization, it's going to report all that. So you're going to get points for everything.
Good. That's awesome. That's so crazy. I just learned so much, especially when it comes to the fact that your rental history has a lot to do with how your credit is. If they go, and that I thought those were two totally different lanes.
No. And we have our rent. That was the other one I was trying to think of. So if you are renting, you literally can get your on-time rent payments reported to give you a boost. And it reports in as little as 72 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You can get up to 2 years of your back history. And I've had people that have gotten, from reporting that, they've gotten anywhere between 60 to 110 points for that 2-year back history. Or you can do month to month. On the reporting, but that's another option that you could do. Now, I want to say, I love Navy Federal. I don't know if anybody on here either has one or is able to get a Navy Federal. Yes, you are supposed to be past active military, but if you know someone that has a Navy Federal, they literally can help 5 people come on board, then you can help 5 people. But when I tell you that they have the dopest banking, not only personal, but business as well. Now, I do also business credit wise, I bank with Chase as well. They're pretty good. But Navy Federal, I know you're forever seeing people getting those $20,000, $25,000, $50,000 credit lines on their credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
They also have something which is called a pledge loan that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you'll take some money from your check and put it into your savings. So you can do any amount. I did 1,000 for my 15-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So they put the 1,000 in your savings account, and then they take payments every couple weeks from your checking account and pay it towards that. So you're literally just paying it back to yourself. So you can, even though that,
without even seeing it.
Yep. Even though the 1,000 is on hold, all the money you're paying on it, you literally transfer back to your checking account.
Okay.
But anyway, by the end of it's reporting for you.
Mm-hmm.
So every month, it's reporting and giving you credit, building your credit. And not only that, you're building with Navy Federal. So Navy Federal is looking at that you're making all these monthly payments, and they're going to be really quick to give you a credit card. They do have a secured credit card, but it's not that hard to get an unsecured card and then, pay on it for X amount of months and give them a call. Hey, can I raise my limit? And they'll ask you, what do you want to raise it to? You might not get that, but I'm telling you, most times
we can negotiate.
Yeah, most times they're going to raise it. So I'm always throwing Navy Federal out there because I love them. They're dope. And they're not in every city, but you can go to sister, branch ATMs. It's not one here where I'm at. I'm in Indianapolis. There's none here, but I just go to little sister ATMs, my money there, or you can link accounts from somewhere else and transfer it. So,
yeah. And I'm pretty sure they have like an online option where if we wanted to, research it online, guys, we can always do that. I think in Ohio, what would be the equivalent would probably be Right Pat, because that is like Air Force credit union that we have here in Ohio, because our Air Force is like right here. But yeah, is there anything else? Because we're going to close the show, but I want to make sure we get everything.
Yeah. So one thing, so I wanted to touch on this because I want to keep it real about this. When we talk about personal credit and business credit, 2 different things. You don't necessarily, keeping it real, you don't necessarily have to have personal credit, good personal credit, to build your business credit. Okay. But why would you not want to build your personal credit?
You're right.
Because now you got a double whammy. But when you are building your business credit, you need to build it just your business credit. You don't want to be, some things will ask you to be a PG, which is a personal guarantor, but really want to build that business credit without linking it to your personal credit.
Right. That's what I was under the understanding of, is that it does separate you from your entity.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm gonna ask you some questions about this because I want to know.
yeah,
Like, hold on, how you do that?
yeah, but you know, it makes sense. You know, okay, yeah, you can buy everything with your business credit, car, house, you can buy all of that. But why not have your personal as well? Because you're now you're able to do stuff with your business and you're able to do stuff with your personal. But what if there's something even bigger that you want to do with the business and they do ask for a PG?
Right,
Now
because if
you're
you're
able to
getting
do
a
it.
car, my
Yeah,
understanding, if you're getting a car, they're asking. Because I actually like tried to apply just to see what they would require from me, not necessarily to go through with it, but they do want a personal guarantee when it comes to your
yeah.
vehicle, especially if your company's new.
Yep, and a big part of why they're starting to shift some of that is because when people start jumping on the Airbnb bandwagon, the Turo bandwagon, a
Yeah.
lot of people was going out and getting cars, and then they were using those cars for Turo, putting them on Turo.
Mm-hmm. To
So
have them
they
rented.
got hip to that. So a lot of the places that they had gotten cars back from went back and was like, "Yo, we're gonna repossess the car if you don't take it off Turo." So now they're changing some things up so that you're not able, you know, to do some of those things, because it's the same thing with Airbnb. You're getting short-term leases and things like that, and most
Mm-hmm.
people are doing it with their business, you know, with their business credit. So
Right.
I'll give you couple things for the business credit. You know, once you get your LLC, it's really an easy process. You can get a virtual address, virtual phone number. You want
Right.
to get your banking account. So, like I said, Navy Federal, Chase. You can find some other ones. Those are my picks. You want to get your Duns and Bradstreet number. Soon as
Mm-hmm.
you get your Duns and Bradstreet number, now you want to get some Net 30 accounts. You want to at least get about 5 to 7 of those. That's your tier one. So now you're building those things up, and you can start paying on those Net 30s. Like you can use like Uline, Granger, Quill. Those are some
Mm-hmm.
of them. Shirtsy. And what I did with mine was I just bought stuff for home, paper towels, toilet, things like that.
Really?
You know, cleaning materials. Girl, I done bought coffee from Quill. The
I
little
see. I can use a lot of
K-cup
coffee.
creamer, things like that.
Paper
But
towels,
all of
tissue.
that stuff will
Yeah.
build your credit, and you know that way you can start building your tier one. You can get a
Mm-hmm.
couple of gas cards, and then go to tier two. When you're going to tier two, now you can start applying for things like Walmart account, Amazon business account,
Right.
Sam's, Costco, you know, some of the bigger things. But you want to build that first tier first. And
Right.
like I said, you know, it just makes sense. You know, why do things backwards? Build that business credit and your personal at the same time. So
Right.
when people come on board with me in the business, I'm automatically going to be working with them, because a lot of times people have other businesses or they're wanting to start another business. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
automatically working with them to give them everything they need to build their business credit out.
Well, I'm definitely going to use it because I really want to start getting to using my business credit, and
Yeah,
I've been researching and trying to figure it out. But I did get to the point in my own, I used to be one of those people. I would research how you fix your credit and the things that you need to do. I made letters, sent those letters off, and things like that. But the what I have to do, what those letters need to entail and things like that, I don't know. So at a certain point in time, you do have to say, like, listen, I need help, and
yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and get that help. And yeah, it might not be, if you got a super low score, it might not be the best thing in the world, but you got to show somebody to get it fixed. It's just like the
yeah,
doctor, like, look, and let's fix it.
yeah. And in this program, the company actually does your letters for you. So
Okay.
they once you pull your credit, they look at it and then they dispute everything that's negative on there at one time. So that gives a faster turnaround. That everything's being disputed at once, and you have everything that you need in there. Even if there's something that's stubborn down the
Mhm.
line that want to come off, you literally have negotiation letters that are already in there. They're already ready. All you have to do is add your information to them. They're templates that are already there and ready. So you don't have to worry about typing none of that up or figuring out what you have to do.
Mhm. I just
Okay.
typed that.
Um, the letters are done for you. And you literally can opt into downloading and printing them from your portal, or you can have them mailed to you.
Okay.
Really, all you have to do is sign them, attach your identification, and mail them off. But that's one thing that's off of your plate, having to figure out how to do those letters.
Yes, because I read a few like of the samples, and I'm just like, I don't even know what this means, and I'm supposed to send this to them. This could be like, yeah, go ahead and charge my credit card.
So again, can't give the exact prices because of compliance and different laws where credit and also our business is concerned.
How do we contact you?
Okay, so you can hit me up here on Facebook, Rose Guest. You can hit me on IG. I am Rose Guest. My phone number is 314-598-2033. You can hit me up at Credit with Red at setmore.com to schedule an appointment. And if you just want my website, it's www.creditwithred.com. That's my website for the credit restoration. So in order to come on board as a customer, it's under $200. There is a monthly fee that is under $90 a month. At the fourth month, it literally goes down under $70, and that's when the Rocket Lawyer is added. If you stay with it 12 months, then it goes down under $50. Now, check this out. Not only as an agent, but as a customer, you can refer people through your portal. When 5 of those people are enrolled, your monthly fee is waived for 2 months. So you do have the opportunity to get your services free as a customer too. But it makes sense to just put, an extra 100 with it. Come on board as an agent, get your credit restored, work your business how you want to. I mean, even if you chose to not go ham with it like I did, you have all these different incentives, the life insurance, all this different stuff that you can do. So it really makes sense. I mean, it's a little bit more. Like, where are you going to start a whole turnkey business that you can make money 10 different ways, get life insurance, get restored, build your business credit, get tax tracks to help you track that, like, for under $300.
That's nowhere.
And then you
have a question for you in the comments. Sure. Is where would you find the actual reporting date on your credit card bill? Excuse me.
They're going to call them because they're so slick. They don't put it on there. So you'll need to call each credit card and find out, ask them. And all the different credit cards are going to be different.
Okay.
It's going to be before the due date, though.
Because I was thinking, is it like it has it listed as either the statement date or reporting date? Because I know that's like about 4 or 5 days before the actual due date.
Sometimes, but like I said, each company is going to be different. Yes. So I would call just to make sure, so that you know for a fact that it's this particular date.
Okay.
Like, all of my credit cards are different dates.
Yeah,
they're all different. So, and when you make that payment, remember I was saying 15 days prior, and then that first payment 15 days prior is going to always hit before, the reporting date.
So as long as we stick to that 15 and 3?
Yep.
As long as we keep that formula, we'll be in the sweet spot.
Yeah, but I would still find out when the date is. That way, you know.
Just to be safe, let's do that.
Yeah, because you want to make sure that because remember, when you're doing 15 and 3, you're doing half and half, and right. Depending on how much you've already spent, you want to make sure that utilization is all the way down before the before the reporting date. So you may need to do a little more than that half that I was saying to bring it down.
Got you. Y'all heard that? Because I know I may need to do a little bit more than that half, y'all. Y'all know I love my wigs, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit more. Should we never pay off the balance?
Okay, so you can pay the balance off, but you want to make sure that you're putting something back on it. You don't want to leave it where the balance is zero for a long period of time. So you definitely want to be using that credit like every month. But again, you got to be, cognizant of that reporting date so that you know what you're doing, where your utilization is at, and keeping it there. So, I wouldn't pay it down to zero and then don't use that credit card for X amount of time. You want to be using it every month. So even if you just put a little gas, go grab you something to eat real quick and pay it off or whatever you're going to do. But you want to keep it rolling.
Right. Did you guys have any questions? I know she said a little gas, but we all know gas
Well,
prices.
a lot of gas now, girl.
A little gas is $100. That's a little gas right now.
Not going to go nowhere.
Up there.
What, sis?
How are the gas prices there? We got about $5. You're gonna pay about $4.96.
Okay, so no, it ain't quite that. I saw today it was like $4.15, $4.19, I did see a $4.35.
I
So
think here we at $4.97 in Ohio.
See, that's another advantage of being able to work from home. Boom. You ain't gotta go.
Very true. Because I didn't even want to drive up the street. I'm like, can't you walk, son?
Right. I'm telling you, girl, look. So I go back and forth to St. Louis and stuff, but I haven't even been doing that as, much or whatever.
I believe
it. Like, what? So, yeah, that's originally where I'm from.
Oh, yes. I have actually our very first guest. That's where she's from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all got a link. We all got a link together. I feel like it would be such a great time, so much information, and I would just sit there and just listen to everybody, just gather so much. So is there anything else that you wanted to let us know? I am going to make sure all of this information is left on in the comments and everything for you guys. I'm also you guys want to make sure you watch my page throughout the week and just period, because I am going to be posting her ads and everything on my page on a regular basis. You probably already seen her, but I'm going to keep doing it because I think this is a great service. I really, really appreciate you being here. I know last time we had some issues and we almost had those issues today, but I appreciate you giving us your time because that's the most valuable thing that a person can give. So we really appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you too, and much gratitude, sis, for even choosing me to come on here. I'm really grateful for this platform. So, yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh, well, y'all gotta check her out in Cleveland if you're in Cleveland, because I know I got family that come on here, and y'all in Cleveland, y'all need to get yourselves down there, ladies, because I got a million sisters, a million cousins. Get yourselves down there, get that credit fixed, and then start you up a business and call me, girl.
Okay. Yeah. And if anybody wants to go to that Classy Credit Chicks event, I just need them to reach out to me. They can DM. Again, text me 314-598-2033 so that I can make sure that you're on the guest list, because there's only so many guests that each person can have.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, you guys have a good night, and we will answer any questions that are left in the comments. We'll just go ahead and answer those for you. All right, guys?
Yeah, I can't see none of them on my screen.
Because you it's like so small. You guys have a good night.
All right.